Hi everybody. So in this video, I want to cover some tools that will make you a little bit more productive, save you a little bit of time, and keep you from getting embarrassed. How about that? All right, so the first tool I want to talk about is something that's called replace. And what it allows us to do is find certain text and have it be replaced with other text. So we might have used, let's say, this example here, this presentation that you see on your screen. We used that, a number of months ago in one situation, and now we want to kind of reuse it, but we have to kind of change some of the verbiage. So in this situation, what we have, and I kind of color-coded this as well so they'd stand out, but we have instances of surfboard. That's what we needed in the last presentation. This time around, we want to swap out surfboard with jet ski boots. Okay, you hook these boots up to the exhaust of your jet ski, and it propels your boots, kind of like looking like Iron Man flying around, right? Anyway, so we've got this throughout. I've got this maybe on slide number 3, slide number 4, 5, 7, and so forth. So I want to just have a quick way of swapping that out. So here's what we're going to do. So we'll go over here to the Home tab, and over to the right here we have Replace. We're going to click on that little drop down arrow because there's actually two different buttons in here. This is what we're going to be using. This is what we're going to be using a little bit later on when we're talking about formatting. So that'll be in another video. But this one right here, Replace, right? So we click onto that. A little dialog box pops up and we tell it what we're looking for. All right. So now in this case, what we're looking for is the surfboard phrase. So we'll go into here and we'll just type in surfboard. All right. Just like that. And if case is important to you, meaning certain surfboards you don't want to change, then what you can do is tell it that you want to match the case that looks like this. So if there's any lowercase versions of this, it won't get replaced, but that wouldn't be the situation here. So we're going to replace that then with the jet ski boots. Now you got to make sure that you type it in the case that you want it to come in as. So what you see there is what we want. So then once we've done that, we tell it to find next. There it is. All right. And we tell it to replace. There it goes, and it replaced it. So if I go back there, you can see how it says now jet ski boots. Okay, so now it comes across this one here, and I'll say replace that one. Oop, find next here. There it goes. Okay, and we'll hit replace. There it goes. Now, if you're very confident that every occurrence of surfboard you want to replace with jet ski boots, you can just click on to replace all, and there it goes, and you hit OK, and we'll close that up, and now you'll see throughout the presentation nothing but jet ski boots. Let's try that one more time. This time around what we're going to replace the jet ski boots with sailboard. We'll do a sailboard, all right? So we'll go back into replace, and we'll just click onto the button replace. It'll take us to the first one. And in this case, we need to go with jet ski boots. So what I'll do is I'll just go into here. I'll right-click that, hit cut. I'll go back up to here, right-click it, and paste it in. That's because I'm lazy. All right, so now we're going to go over here to the replace with, and this time it's going to be the sail board. All right. Once we've done that, we're very confident. So we'll just go ahead and hit replace all. And there it goes, and it changed all 5 of them. So we'll close that up, and there you go. Okay. So there's sailboard all over the place, right? So I think that can come in handy in a number of instances. So the next thing I want to talk about is something called autocorrect. Now currently you have the autocorrect feature turned on, and Microsoft has supplied hundreds of different words and phrases that if you were to type in the name wrong, chances are it'll pick up on it and fix it for you. It's pretty cool. And it's kind of interesting because you've always had this feature, and you've probably never realized that it's been kind of working behind the scenes. So to give you an example of what I'm talking about is I'm sitting here at the beginning of a bullet here, and I go to type in the word the, okay? So I'm going to type in T-E-H because I kind of messed up there, right? Now watch this. When I hit the space bar, oh, it didn't change for me. What happened on that one? Let's try it again. So T-E-H space, All right, I just took the liberty of rebooting the program. I think there's something wrong there, but what I'll do here again, I'm going to go to the end here, hit my enter key. Now watch, I type in T-E-H, okay, hit the space bar, and voila, okay? If I typed in something like S-I-A-D, I kind of juxtapose that for said, hit the space bar, that changes. And the reason why this happens is, let me show you in here. If I go back into the File tab here, go down into the Options down at the bottom, and go into Proofing, and then into Autocorrect. You'll see in the Autocorrect tab here, we've got all kinds of misspelled words. So for the one that we just got done doing with the, so I type in T-E-H, and of course it replaces it with T-H-E. And the same thing with said. Oop, backwards there. We'll find said. I don't know why I scroll. It always takes so long. Okay, there's oh, I thought we had said in there. We got said that in there. Well, said is in there, but I don't know why it's not listed in there. But anyway, so you got all of them in here. Remember earlier too, when we were doing those copyright and registered trademark and TM, how we type those things in parentheses and this would come up. Well, that's what we have here. So what you can actually do is not only take advantage of what they have in here, but you can also add your own in here, which is really cool. Now, let me show you how this works. Let's say that you're always typing in something like maybe Lahaina, beach, and sand express, okay? Now let's just say that that is some sort of a service, and in such we might put also a registered trademark symbol in there as well, so something like that. Now in the future, you don't want to have to keep on typing that whole thing in, especially with that registered trademark being on there as well. Not that it's a big deal to put in, but it's just kind of something that you just don't feel like you need to be typing the whole thing in each time. So what we can do is we can actually come up with a nickname. So we can just give it some sort of an abbreviation that we would type in, and then we hit our space bar or our enter key, this would take its place. All right, so what we're going to do first of all is we're going to go ahead and select the text just like that, okay? That's all you got to do. And then also too, we'll go ahead and copy this. So we'll do a right click on it and hit copy. There we go. And then we'll go back into File, and we'll go down to our Options, go into Proofing, and Autocorrect, all right? And then over here in the Replace, we're going to say, oh, actually, I should say, we want to replace with in here. Now, I can't right-click it and paste it, so I'm just going to do a Control and the letter V, all right? And then we'll paste that in there, okay? So we want to be able to replace what with this? In other words, what short little thing do we want to be able to type in that's convenient to get this, all right? Well, one thing for sure, you want to make sure that whatever you do give it the name of, that in case in the future you just want to be able to type in maybe this and not have it replaced, then the way we would get around that would be you put like a right slash. That might be a good one to use. So right slash, and we'll just call this one, and we can do this in lowercase because it is case sensitive as well. We can type in maybe LB I got to remember that. So LBSE, okay? We type that in along with a slash, and that will then produce that. Now, once we've typed that in, we click on the add, and it puts it in there for us, right? And there it is. All right. So now we'll go ahead and close that up, and we'll hit OK there. All right. So now let's say we'll go to another slide here. Let's say this one here, and we go to here, and we want to be able to type in something like blah 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 blah, and then we're going to type in right slash, and then we're going to type in we're going to find LBSE. All right. Hit the space bar, and there we go. That is pretty cool. Let's look at another one. So keep in mind that you can actually set this up to where it will take any amount of text. I mean, we like to use this a lot in Microsoft Word because you can put a page of text in there if you wanted to. I mean, obviously you would never want to do that here, but that's what you can do with it. Now, how do we go ahead and do this one? I'll show you another one here. On this one, we have this really long amount of text here. You know, surf using our patented process that's been proven successfully for over 20 years. I guess it'd be been proven successful. Yeah, no, yeah, successful. Bad grammar there. Okay, anyway, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we will select that, all right? We'll right-click it, we'll hit copy, right? Then we'll go back into File. We'll go back down into Options. Go over to Proofing, Autocorrect. And over here, we'll go ahead and just hit Control V to paste all that in. And this is going to be, we'll just do maybe a right slash. We'll call it Proven. How about that? All right. Now, you go ahead and add that one in there. And there you go. So at any time, you can always come in here and just to see what you have and kind of go from there with it, right? All right, so we'll go ahead and hit OK on that or close either one and hit OK here. And now let's say we're on a completely new slide here and we want to put that as our first bullet. So we'll type in right slash proven, just like that. Hit our Enter key, and there we go. Pretty slick. Now, if you ever need to get rid of one of these for whatever reason, you can always go right back into File, go down to Options, go over here to Proofing, Autocorrect, find the one that you want. In this case, it would be right there. You click onto that, and you'd hit Delete, and off it would go. So very, very easy to fix and get rid of. So pretty good stuff. Okay, so now finally I've got another tool called the clipboard. Okay, and clipboard's always been referred to as where things go that you either cut or copy. And it's usually something where you cut or copy something and then you immediately paste it somewhere else. Well, you can actually set this clipboard up and modify it to where it will keep stored up to 24 different copy or cuts. Usually, without this feature being turned on, you cut something and then later on you cut something else or copy something else. The first thing you cut gets deleted, basically. There's only one cut or copy that can be stored in the clipboard's memory. Well, by turning on the clipboard feature, you'll be able to store up to 24, and then at that point, paste them back in any order, okay? So, here's the thought. Let's say that you have, let's say, slide number 2 here, okay? And for whatever reason, what we want to do is maybe just kind of pull that out, okay? Get it out of our way, and then later on be able to maybe paste it in somewhere else, all right? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go up in the Home tab here, and you've got the clipboard right here in the beginning. Hit that little dialog box button there, and that will then open this up. Now I've got a few things already in there from other things that I've cut or copied. So I'm going to first of all just click on the clear all, and that'll just get rid of it. All right. And now what I'll do is I'll go over here to the slide number 2 here. I'm going to do a right click on it. All right. I'm going to hit cut and pull that right out. And there it is. Okay. I might go down a little bit further. Maybe this one here. I'll right click that one, hit cut, that pulls that one out. So now those two are there. Now, here's what's really cool. I can go ahead and open up another presentation. So I'm going to go ahead right now and just find one here and open it up. There it is. All right. Now, this one is in front of the other one that we've got. So we've got two different programs running here. One for this one for the other one. Now, in this case, what I like to do is take this one right here, this slide. Actually, this one here, I'm sorry. This slide here. I'm going to right click it. I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to go ahead and copy it. All right. And there it is. Okay. Now the only problem with that one we just did is to put it in as slide number 4, because technically this slide does not have a title. When somebody put this together, they actually just started with a blank slide and made just a regular text box in here. And a text box does not, so even though it looks like a title, and that's fine, it doesn't really suffice as a real title that the program picks up on. So you got to kind of watch for that kind of thing. All right, so I'm going to close that one up. All right, and as you can see here, it's also the clipboard's still open on that one. So I'll go ahead and I'll find another one here. Let's see, do this one here. All right, and maybe on this slide, the market summary, I'll right click that one. I will also copy that. So now that comes up as market summary, because technically this is a real title here. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. And then maybe one more down here, the competition. I'll right click that one and I will copy it. And there it goes on that one. So now I'll close that up. And now you'll still see it on our original one here. And I got one more here. This guy here. And this one, let's say maybe I want to take this one here. So I will right click that. I'll hit copy. And that brings that one in, because that is also a regular title. So that comes in just fine. Perfect. You keep on doing this over and over again. Now, because this works throughout all of the Microsoft Office programs, you can actually grab stuff that are in completely different programs, such as maybe like Excel, take a graph or a worksheet, set of numbers, whatever, and you can actually put that as one of your clipboard items. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we go about doing that. First of all, what you do is you'd start up Microsoft Excel, and then you would open up a file. So what I've done here is, you can actually see this one right here. There it is. And what I want to do is I want to take this whole thing here, and I want to be able to insert this one as a picture in one of my slides. So keep this in mind. I mean, it's not just, slides that you can accumulate. You can accumulate, paragraphs of text from Word, graphs, in Excel, whatever. You can do whatever you can grab and copy or cut, you'll be able to do this with. So now what we'll do here is I will select this range right here. All right. And what I'm going to do also is I'm going to go to the Home tab here and click on my clipboard as well. So you got the same thing. And look at that. All the items are still showing up here. So technically I could take some of this stuff and paste it into the Excel spreadsheet if I wanted to, right? Or worksheet here. But we're not going to do that. All right. Anyway, so I want to take this, all right, and I'm going to do I've selected it. So I'm going to do a right click on it, and I'm going to hit copy. Just like that, and it puts it in like that. Now the only thing with what I just did there is going to be, it's going to kind of paste it in, not exactly the way I want to see it. So what I'm going to do here, let me go ahead and I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm just going to delete that. And what I'm going to do this time is I've got it selected. So instead of me just hitting copy, which would be here, if I click on that little drop down, I can say copy it as a picture. All right, so I click onto that, and I say I want it to come in at the way it's shown on the screen here, as a picture, hit OK, and it comes in like that. So I think I like that better than it being where it would have like a clear background and it would be very hard to see. So that would be just a thought, you know, when you're doing it on your own. Now, once I've done that, I can then just go ahead and close up Excel, and it's still going to be in here. Now I'm going to go ahead and close that one up as well, and I'm not going to save this. And that still takes me back to my original where I still have that. That's pretty cool that it's still there, you know, after all that. So anyway, so now when I'm ready to paste back my slides, I can either think about doing it here, or I can do it on a completely different you know, presentation if I wanted to. So let's try that. Okay, so what I want to do then is we're going to go back into File, and I'm going to say New, and we'll go with we'll just go with our usual Berlin one here, and we'll go with purple this time. All right, and we'll hit Create. There we go, and of course this is still there. It's pretty cool. So I might say, well, okay, what I think I might do is I want to create a new slide. So I'll go here and maybe I'll go with new slide, and I'm going to do just the title only, because for this one I want to put this in, right? So I'll point to this guy here, little drop down there, paste it in, and there it goes. Looks pretty good. Then I'll go ahead and move that down. It's a picture. Still has the background, you know, you can still see through it, but this definitely will look better than that first way we had done it. All right, so now for the rest of them, let's say, okay, I want to bring in this slide now. So all I have to do is just click onto that, and I get a brand new slide with that in there. See, so it's basically, and it's doing that because these were actual slides that we had copied. This was just a selection that we had copied. See, that's the difference between the two. So then I could go here and I can click on it, maybe mission statement. That'll be my next one. Then I want to do competition. Then I want to do slide 4. Oh, that doesn't look too good, but you get the idea with this. Get rid of the stupid thing here. Okay, so that's good. So that's how you'd work that that tool. So hopefully this is something that you guys can start using. And by the way, too, this pretty much kind of hangs around here. So if you decide that you want to, give me an idea here. So if right now I were to close this up, all right, and I'm not going to save this, all right, and then I'm going to close this one up as well, okay, and I'm not going to save this either, right? So there it goes, right? So now if I go back into PowerPoint, all right, and I tell it I want to do a new slide. There it is, and it still has it there, so you can go home and come back a year later, and it's still going to be hanging around for you. So it's going to be available here. It's going to be available in all your other Microsoft programs. Now, if you want to get rid of some of this stuff, you can say either on each one of these, click onto it and hit delete to get it out of there, or if you just want to get rid of everything, you can click onto clear all, and then they're all gone just like that. You close that up, and you're ready to rock and roll. So hopefully that helps you, and I appreciate you watching the video. Take care.